says
All right, it is.
All right. So just to bring Kimmick up to speed, I think he's the only new person we have tonight. These guys went out to try to find a innkeeper that had gone missing named Ulf. And after they talked to his wife, it turned out that he likes to go prospecting in a woods a few miles from his house, where he's been able to find dwarven coins occasionally. And he needed a little extra money, so he went prospecting again. And, it sounds like he was a pretty competent person, maybe not a zero-level character, but a first or second-level fighter or something. And at any rate, they followed his trail and found hidden in the woods this quarry, and in it a statue of an old Northman king. And there was a waterfall kind of going down into the quarry where there was a lake, and behind the waterfall, they found a cave that led to the entrance of this king's tomb. And it turned out that this is one of the older kings of the north, quite a ways back in the line of the guy who currently rules the area. And he had a reputation for being an ally with the dwarves. When the dwarves got forced out of the Silver Halls, this guy named King Gorm the Old welcomed the dwarven refugees into his land and treated them really, really well. And so as a thank you, one of the dwarven leaders, who was a builder, agreed to build his tomb. And they were such close friends that when the dwarf died, he wanted to also be buried in the same tomb so that the friends would be entombed together. So that is the tomb that they discovered. So if you guys remember last time, you guys got as far as the circular room. You got the room to turn. You got into a new section there. You explored part of it, and then you found a way out by climbing up the chimney in the old dwarven barracks. And climbed your way out. But as far as you remember, unless the room resets itself, you pretty much cut yourself off from entering in any other way than down that chimney again.
Right. So I guess we should go into the chimney, right?
Yes, we'll have to get some. We'll have to get some more ropes. Get down there safely.
Oh yeah, buy some more ropes before we leave.
All right. Does somebody want to shell out some gold for some rope, and how much do you want to get?
I got some gold. I think we should get at least about 200 feet.
Okay.
Oh, to be resurrected? You had 300 left. The party had 300. You have 300 gold. You can just write that down.
You're rich, dwarf. You're rich. Unless you want to take some of that, you can take some of it in that ancient dwarven plates and mugs if you want to.
So I'm looking through here. Looks like rope's pretty cheap. It's only 1 gold piece for 50 feet.
Fantastic. Well, shoot. I'm going to get me 4 50-foot ropes.
Okay.
Maybe we should get a grappling hook, too. Can we buy a grappling hook?
Yep, 25 gold.
I think Agnar already has one. We
might need a couple.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Buy a dolphin for it.
Old Man Witherspoon says that he'll drop some money on a grappling hook and some rope, too.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and Agnar...
4 gold for rope and 25 for a grappling hook, so 29 gold total.
And Agnar already had a rope and grappling hook, so...
Okay. Do you guys want to bring anything else with you? You want to buy some oil flasks or another lantern or replenish your torches? I know you went through a lot of torches.
Yeah.
Sure, I'll buy a lantern and a couple flasks of oil.
Okay. So oil's cheap. That's 2 gold pieces each.
And I'll buy some more torches, please.
Okay. Torches are cheap. That's 6 for 1 gold.
Okay. Even 30.
How much was the lantern?
Lantern is 10 gold.
Okay, I got enough for that.
Do you guys have any tools since you're going to a tomb? Does anybody have a crowbar? Because you might want one.
Yeah, Agnar has one. We found one when we were in the East Cave, so he has a crowbar. And he also has a hammer, but only 6 iron spikes. Is that enough, you guys?
Yeah.
How about some more spikes?
Sure. Can I buy another 6 spikes?
Yeah. Let's see. Iron spikes. Where is that at? Of course they have it. Oh, well, 12 is a gold.
Oh, okay. So I'll buy 12 more. So that gives me, that's 18.
Yeah. Do you want Brother James of the Everflame to? He got 300 gold as his share last time too. Do you want him to drop 25 gold on a second vial of holy water?
If he wants to.
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
Actually, I think he got 310. I think only Old Man Witherspoon. We charged him $10 for his resurrection.
Okay. That's funny.
Well, just to make it even. I was going to do it the other way. It's like 3. It's like no, just yeah.
Okay. So then he'll have 2 flasks of holy water, which might be handy.
Cool.
Now, should we rent a horse and cart for Old Man Witherspoon, or are we going to have to push him around in a wheelbarrow again?
True. But I don't think we can bring it down here.
Well, we can leave it outside. We can leave it outside.
Yeah.
You can leave it you can leave it at the edge of the woods. Once you enter the woods, there's about 2 miles of traveling through the woods along the creek. It's just too tight, rough to get a horse and cart in there.
Maybe some pack mules.
Yeah,
You can bring a mule in. Yeah, you can bring a mule in. if you want.
Let's get a mule. Where's that druid? Go find us a mule.
Iron Toe would like to buy an empty vial.
Okay, that's 1 gold. All
Is
right,
that
so
green
Iron Toe buys a vial.
Green slime on his mind.
I'm kind of worried about that. And then let's see, you guys get a mule. Somebody's going to need to drop 10 gold pieces on the mule. Wow, Old Man Witherspoon feels very thankful that you brought him back from the dead.
Yeah.
I think he was the only one that actually hit anything, so we need him.
He was just mostly dead.
That's true.
Bags of
All
sand
right.
help out too to find pit traps. You just sprinkle a little sand on those corridors and see if you can find any sort of cracks in the floors.
You can also borrow that wheelbarrow again if you want.
Return the wheelbarrow. No, we didn't.
Well, we did stop back and we told her that we didn't find her husband, but we found some clues and that we would look again.
Yep. So, does everybody have what they want?
Yep.
I think so.
How much is a backpack?
It's 5.
Wow, Iron Toe's in the money now. A backpack is 5 gold.
Yeah.
Here's a list, Iron Toe. You can supply yourself. Iron Toe was so poor he was walking around with a little hobo sack over his shoulder. That's all he had.
And I only had
We're going to miss that.
That's one of the beautiful things about these old games, just coming up with this silly stuff,
Love it.
All right. So, hey, if we have Jason Hobbs may join us a little later. So I don't remember his character, but he'll tag along and guard the mule for you guys.
Okay.
Rengrim the fighter.
Yeah, so he won't be in any trouble or anything like that, but he'll be at the camp with the mule, and if he if he does show up, then he can decide to follow your footsteps and come in behind you guys whenever he shows.
Okay.
I like it.
We'll leave him a map showing him how to get to the fireplace.
Awesome. All right, so what's our order going to be? We've got Agnar, Kimmick, Badger, Iron Toe, and Old Man Witherspoon.
Well, as a fighter, I think I should go first.
Okay, so Old Man Witherspoon wants to be in front.
Okay, then we should have at least one dwarf to check for room traps, I think.
Iron
I'm
Toe's
happy
been
to
with.
be up there. That's fine.
Okay, Kimmick will be in front.
With his,
Yep.
with his BA axe.
Yeah,
With his-
which I found
with his
out
awesome-
not hacked correct. Yeah.
Yep, he's got that axe of the Hecuba's axe. All right, so Kimmick, Hecuba's axe has a silvered edge, so it's treated as a silver weapon.
Nice.
It is a weapon of quality. You know that much at least. So it does a +1 damage.
All right.
Okay.
And it has an activation word on the side of it that one of the half-elves was able to translate for you. And the word in Hag sign translates to swift wind.
Translates to swift what?
Swift wind.
Okay.
So clearly that's something you're supposed to say when you wanted to do something special. It's probably on charges.
It's a
Okay,
whoopee
gotcha.
axe.
Huh. Yeah. Out of character, I was trying to translate it, but yep. That works.
So
Yeah.
Agnar will be behind Kimmick.
No, let me be behind him so I can shoot over his head.
Okay. Fine. I'll be behind Old Man
The first-
Witherspoon.
The first time I get zapped in the back, we're going to see what that axe can do.
All right, so the second rank is Agnar and Badger, and then in back we've got Iron Toe
Brother James.
and Brother James.
You're holding the whole back line by yourself.
Yep.
It's not a bad place to be in a D&D game. All right, so you guys gather yourself together. You get all your gear. You are at the tavern, and do you want to leave at any time in particular?
You leave early in the morning, right, guys? Give us the most time.
Morning sounds good.
How early? Like at dawn, around 7 in the morning, or?
Mm-hmm. Sounds good.
All right. So 7 in the morning. You guys are walking your way down the Sworn Ride towards the where it intersects the King's Road and where the Giant Crown Inn is at. And along the way, up ahead, you see just waiting for you, it seems like, in the middle of the road, is this humanoid. Looks like they've got the body of a horse and the upper body of a woman.
But I hate to think how that happened.
How unfortunate.
Hide the mule! Hide the mule!
I'm not looking to get trampled.
All right.
Does he look friendly?
She's got a bow. She doesn't have an arrow nocked or anything, but she has the bow in her hand. She doesn't have any arrows in her hand or anything like that. Her left hand is free, and she waves at you guys.
I give Old Man Witherspoon a push and say, "Go charm her, laddie."
What's Old Man Witherspoon's charisma?
Nah, no, 6.
Do you really want Old Man Witherspoon to go talk to the centaur?
I'll take off my helmet, put it down.
Sounds like fun to me.
I guess.
Oh, excellent. Well, he has like a -2 reaction.
He is as pretty as a horse.
Should have brought your
Go ahead.
cleric, Mike.
Go ahead and roll that in that thing there. All right, so what does he say?
Hello there, my lovely half-human thing. But he can't quite get up all the way, so he has to draw his sword and use it as a cane.
All right, this centaur takes kind of a step back a little bit, and she says, "Don't come any closer, human. I'm looking for a druid named Braden.
Okay.
Have you heard of him?"
Yeah, he's that schmuck, I think.
No, he's not in your group today.
Oh, no, he's not here.
No.
I'm a wee bit shorter than he is.
All right, Agnar, do you step forward and introduce yourself?
Sure. My friend Braden, he's at the inn back in the city.
She says, it's too dangerous for me to go any closer to that horrible human settlement. But my mistress received word from the druid Braden that he'd recovered some sort of dagger artifact.
Oh, that thing. It's horrible. It's terribly evil looking.
All right, well, I have a message for him.
All right.
All that my mistress says is that he and whoever he trusts is responsible for guarding it. Don't let it fall into the wrong hands. And be careful not to draw it or show it forth, because it could potentially draw the attention of a very evil spirit onto them. Although it's not an assured thing, but there's always a chance.
Wait a minute. I forgot my pen. Does anyone have a pen?
Iron Toe's gonna lean into whoever say. Oh wait, I guess that's also my character. But he's just gonna say slightly loud enough for everyone to hear. Are we sure it's in the right hand?
Hey, listen, I don't have hands, so.
Very well, lass. I will be sure to give him the message. Should we survive this adventure?
All right. Well, I've talked to the human woman that seems to be in charge of the building at the bottom of this road, the inn, and she'll know how to get a hold of me. I won't be far from there if Braden needs to talk to me, but I'll stay in the area for a little while, maybe a week, maybe 2.
Sounds good.
Oh, hey, here comes Power. Cool, I'm going to keep you on speaker while I try to get everything to work again. So we'll just keep going until we can all log in for real.
Okay.
Right.
Cool.
It's going to take a little while for the internet to come back up. Just guys just got to be patient. All right, so you guys head on down the hill. You see the giant crown in there, and do you check in there, or you just kind of head straight for the chimney?
Yeah, no sense in raising your hopes again.
You
All right,
don't
so you
all
head
have to
straight
be
to
so
the chimney?
depressing. We might find him still yet.
True.
Good looking.
All right. So you guys head into the woods, and you follow the creek to where the rope is still tied, going down, and then if you follow the edge of the quarry around to the left, maybe 50 yards, you find this big hollowed out tree, and next to it is sort of the overgrown top of the chimney that you crawled out of.
Let's start lowering down some doors.
All right. So you're going to send Old Man Witherspoon and Kimmick first?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
All right, Kimmick, you're first down. You get dropped down into this room that is, let me jump to my map here. Oh, can you get me that red notebook there?
I got it on.
Sorry, I got to switch notebooks here.
Oh, sure. No problem.
Juggle.
I got mugged by 6 dwarves last night. Not happy.
All right, so this is a pretty large room. It's 50 feet wide west to east and 40 feet wide north to south. There's double oak doors on the middle of the north wall, and one of them is spiked open. There's an adjoining room that you can go through the west wall to get into. And then there's a little 10-foot wide alcove 20 feet north of the southeast corner of the room, so in the east wall. And scattered all over the floor in front of that alcove are pieces of a broken statue of a dragon. Pretty big one. And then there are some toppled over feasting tables in here and some benches and that sort of thing. But there's some blood. There's, in fact, in one space, there's a whole big giant spatter of blood. That old man Witherspoon kind of eyeballs as you kind of come down. And that's what you see. All right, so Witherspoon comes down, Badger comes down, Iron Toe comes down, Brother James and Agnar, everybody's in the room.
Excellent. I light up my lantern.
Okay, hold on. So you guys can go try to get your stuff to log in here. Thanks for being so patient, you guys. I'm glad we jumped in right away, though, and got
totally.
going.
Oh,
The boys and I have been looking forward to this all day, so
So have I.
yeah, me too.
it's fun stuff. All right, so we got that up. And I'm looking for... Unfortunately, this is one of the only files that I have that's the description of this tomb is only one of the only things that I've got electronically. Everything else is written in my notebooks. So I just got to give me a second to open that file up here. Same meeting.
You didn't want to go with the Errol Otis Classic there?
You like that? I put it back.
There you go.
I do love that.
Am I in? Hey, I'm in.
Yay!
All right. Let me see if I can get this to work here. Technology, man. You love it until it doesn't work. Boys have to run to another area so that we're not feeding back here.
Sure.
You sent poor Sebastian back down the basement?
No.
Yeah, probably. Vanished.
If it wasn't
We have
such
to
a
be-
cool place, it'd feel like a punishment. But it's
Mhm.
Yeah.
cool down there.
I know. Well, in July, we're going to move. I got remarried last year, which is awesome. And we're going to be moving to my wife's place in a town kind of close to us here. And for the first time, the boys are going to have their own rooms. So they'll be able to have their own desks set up in their own rooms. And
Nice.
that'll be pretty sweet.
Are they in high school?
And they are freshmen in high school, yep.
Freshman, yeah.
Hopefully that does the power doesn't go out again.
Yeah, no kidding. It's pretty rare. All right, the stuff is slowly opening here. I have a super fast computer, if you couldn't tell.
So you dwarven boys better find all these traps today. I don't want to be falling into no 10-foot pits or getting shot by dwarven crossbows or any of that crazy stuff. So you boys keep your eyes out. You're already pretty low to the ground.
All the better to spot the traps.
Exactly.
All right, I'm almost there. I'm so excited. Come on, Zoom.
Maybe it's not all vision. Maybe it's just. You know what? It's not great. That seems obvious. Obviously, she's eating.
And she's good at like.
It's just like.
Still thinking about it.
I think I'll turn that off. Hey, there's some people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Aha.
Here we go.
Hooray.
Holy smokes. It's an Ed Con. Oh my God. All right, let's get back into the shenanigans. All righty. So yeah, you guys are in this room where you killed that stone dragon. There's a little alcove with its pedestal in it on the east wall. There's an opening in a west wall that goes into a room of some sort. In fact, it looks like quarters with bunks and that sort of stuff.
Should we head to the west?
To the west, yeah. Right in the middle of the wall, there's a little opening in the wall that goes into this attached quarters area.
So we haven't checked out yet, guys, because we came from the north. We came through the double doors in the north.
Right.
So.
And we got a crowbar to break open those locked doors in the north. But let's check out the west.
True.
Let's check out the west first. I like that idea.
All righty. So who has torches?
Agnar has his lantern lit. So he's in the middle rank.
Yeah.
Brother
I guess
Jake
I'll light
has
my
a
lantern.
I'll have my bow at the ready.
All right.
I'll attached to my belt, so I don't have to use my one good hand to use it.
Awesome. All right. So the attached chamber is 20 feet wide, west to east, and 30 feet long, north to south. The 20-foot wide sections on the north and south sides of the chamber contain triple high bunk racks. The construction looks solid after all these years. Each bunk bed frame is beautifully carved with images of animals, mostly deer and bear and beaver and moose and eagles. The chamber here, though, it kind of stinks a little bit. Some of the floor and the bunks are covered with spatters of black and white guano.
Ooh, we've seen that before, haven't we?
Yeah.
All along the upper west edge of the 20-foot tall arch ceiling, there are clusters of round mud daub nests.
Ew.
Oh boy. Could be more than blood suckers.
You haven't gone into the room and you've been pretty quiet so far.
We should have bought nets. We should have bought.
Nope, I'm heading in.
Okay.
He's got an axe and he knows how to use it.
All right. Hear a little bit of rustling up in the mud nests up in the top of the room, but nothing comes out immediately.
I'll put down my lantern and pull out a crossbow bolt, cover him from the door.
Okay.
Me too.
Iron Toe will definitely prepare for the door being open.
Okay.
Oh, there's no door. It's just an open way.
Oh, right.
What do you want to do, Kimmick? You want to search around or?
I'm happy to be in front, for at least while I'm standing, so that's fine. I'll take a few more steps in as I just kind of glance upward and just make sure nothing's out of the ordinary up top side.
You see a couple of bird-like heads kind of appear in the holes in the nests, and they have these long, sharp proboscises. And their little orange and red eyes kind of stare at you. But some of them kind of cower back in their nests. They don't seem to like the light coming off your lantern.
That's fine. I'm okay with that. So there's no other exits out?
Nope.
Okay.
You dwarves the type to hide things under your bed mattresses? That where you hide all your coins?
I'm not telling no human, laddie. You'll have to figure that out for yourself.
Unless you're willing to split what's under the bed. In which case, I know a certain dwarf who has some fairly loose lips.
I'll start searching some of the beds.
So
Where'd you
you're
hide
going
all
in?
your gold? Dwarf.
I'll still cover you from the doorway.
All right, Badger. One of the caps of one of the bedposts is loose, and you pull it off, and there's a piece of paper rolled up in there.
That was a terrible moral.
Paper? I was looking for gold. I can't even read.
I can read, and I'll go into the room.
Come over here, priest. What did it say?
Brother James will say, I'm pretty sure Mr. Witherspoons can read.
Oh, let me hold it up for him, because he's only got one hand. What'd that say?
Yeah, okay, what does it say? I'll read it out loud.
Okay, it's you can tell that it's a clerical scroll.
Oh, hey, it's a clerical scroll.
oh, is it now? Says Brother James coming over. Let me have a look at this. He grabs it and then he looks at it for a bit. Then he turns it upside down, squints at it, and says, "Yes, it's very scientific."
That sounds like wizard stuff, though.
No, it's a clerical. I think. Okay, I have a confession. This is Brother James. I can't read, but
A cleric that can't read? What church brought you up, laddie?
Church of the Everflame.
Also, like our internet connection.
You ever dumb?
Hey, zinger. Thank you.
Maybe it's got some pictures on it or something. What do the pictures seem to look like?
Brother James will try and comprehend it.
At one point, I thought my professor was trying to teach us our
It's got pictures in it. Maybe you can read those.
Yeah, so Brother James's intelligence is 5.
Nice.
No wonder you joined that church.
Yeah.
Wait, ooh, is that wee last paladin around? No.
So, Sebastian,
Yeah.
someday when Brother James can read, Old Man Witherspoon explains to you that you have a scroll of cure light wounds and protection from evil. Wow, that would have been really handy.
Now, if we had brought a real cleric with us.
Somebody tutor this boy. Tutor him now. I can't read either.
Wow.
Could we read it and he just repeats the words?
You can give that a try. I'll let you try that. It'll take an extra combat round for you guys to pull off the spell.
I'm fine with that. All I can do is hit somebody with my one good arm.
All right. So if Iron Toe who can speak and read common, reads the scroll that you hold open. It'll take you 2 combat rounds to cast it, okay?
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah, no problem.
Well, Brother James's secret is out.
That's not his only low stat, by the way.
Well, let's not spill all the beans right away.
Let's just say it was a compromise.
All right, so what do you guys want to do now? Do you want to search those rooms anymore?
Sure, I'll search a little more. Like, feel the walls with my one good hand.
All right, roll a d6, Old Man Witherspoon. Let me know what you get.
4.
Okay, you're not finding anything. Anybody else gonna look around?
Brother James will not look around. He's a bit too flustered for,
Kimmick will take just a quick gander.
Okay, roll a d6, Kimmick.
2.
All right, Kimmick, you wander around the room, and you get a little bored. You don't see any openings or anything unusual there. But that other room was more interesting anyway. So you kind of walk through there and kind of have a look around, and you notice that the shadows at the back of that 10-foot alcove don't look quite right. And you go over there and you kind of press on it, and there's a very simple center hung pivoting secret door at the back of that alcove.
Nice. I push on it and hope there is not a trap.
You can check for traps first. You're a dwarf.
All I can check for is room traps. If there's something triggered on the door, I'm screwed.
Right, but that's what we faced when we went here last time. They were all pretty much room-like traps.
Oh, I didn't understand. Well, I got a 6, so I'm hoping.
Okay. There's a dark, kind of cobweb-filled, 10-foot wide corridor that heads to the east 30 feet and then turns north. And right where it ends, after 30 feet, there is a door.
On the south or on the east?
On the east wall. The door is covered in very tightly fitted hammered metal. It has a keyhole in the middle of it and a push-pull thing on it, like a ring to open and close it.
Yo, fellas, come this way.
Before we go, if you guys can cover me, I'd like to search the room just one more time, see if we can find any keys, because there's a lot of locked doors.
Sure.
So can I go in and look around the bunk room again and try to find, see if I see any keys anywhere?
Sure. Go ahead and roll a d6 for me.
4.
No.
I joined the party.
Iron Toe will
crowbar.
Iron Toe will join
It's
him
true.
to try and find something shiny.
Okay.
Go Iron Toe.
Also a 4.
All right. No luck so far. So everybody assembles back at the secret hallway?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to eyeball the hallway for any signs of traps?
That should be kind of standard procedure, boys. That's why we brought 3 dwarves. 3.
In this dwarven tomb.
Sure.
Yeah.
So do we want two dwarves up front then?
2 dwarves in front, 2 big people in the back.
Can I switch with you, Old Man Witherspoon?
Yeah, I mean, you sure go first.
Okay, Agnar and Old Man Witherspoon switch. So you're in the second rank now, Old Man Witherspoon. Agnar and Gimmick, you can each roll a d6.
I got a 5.
Okay.
4.
Yeah, looks okay.
Looks safe.
Yeah, it looks okay.
That's good because you're going first.
All right. I tighten the grip on my axe, and in I go.
Okay.
I attach my link to my backpack, pull out my shield and sword, and head out with him.
We could always tie a rope to the front ranks in case they start falling in pits again.
Oh, the dead man's rope. I like that.
All right, we can do that.
So we'll tie a short rope from me to the Kimmick in front of me.
Okay.
And then old man Witherspoon maybe tie a rope to
Agnar.
Most of my weight comes from my armor, so I'll probably just be pulled down.
he's only a dwarf.
Well,
He don't weigh much.
Well, then switch with Iron Toe.
I was gonna say if enough of us fall in, the rest are going anyway. So
Right.
Yeah. Iron Toe can switch places with Old Man Witherspoon.
Okay. Good
All
idea.
right. The north hall, you reach where the hallway turns, and the north hall only travels 20 feet north, and it ends in another one of those kind of well decorated oaken doors, not a metal covered one.
Can we listen at the metal door?
Sure.
Not that we've heard anything here, but 2.
Just quiet.
Okay, so it's definitely quiet. There's not anything making noise behind the east door.
Nope.
So do we want to go
And
to
that's-
the oaken door?
Let's check out what's in this room.
Yeah.
You want to go down
Yeah.
to the? Do you want to try to force the metal door, or do you want to head down to the oak door?
So this metal door is definitely locked, right?
Right.
You know, Iron Toe will recommend we go down the path of least resistance, like a water drop.
Well, before
Are
we
you
go,
kidding?
let's check for traps on this door anyway, just in case.
Okay.
6, no.
Okay.
3, no.
Wait, can Iron Toe check for traps like over their shoulder?
Sure.
We can make room for you.
So the 3 dwarves, this is great. They all crowd together, and they're all like carefully studying the door.
If one doesn't find it, the other one will set the trap off. Yeah.
Commenting to each other. Oh, this is wonderful workmanship. Oh yes, this is the workmanship of the silver halls. I can tell. But you don't see any traps.
All
It's
right.
perfectly safe.
So it's onto the oaken door, or do we want to try to force this one?
Oh,
Yeah.
I always thought.
Whoever's in the front gets to decide because they're in the front.
What do you think, Kimmick?
I say we force the door open.
All right. I say stand back. I pull out my crowbar. Try to force
Okay.
the door.
All right.
All right, go ahead and make a roll, strength roll. Got to roll on within your chance to open doors.
Okay. Which I think I got +2, so it's 1 to 4.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the only reason you're able to even try this is because you have a crowbar. If you didn't
Right.
have the tools, you wouldn't even get a roll.
Gotcha. I got it. A 3.
Awesome.
Yes.
So with a whole bunch of effort and pushing and pulling and heaving,
And sweating.
you pop open the door. All right, and that is room 11. Okay, this room is 30 feet wide west to east and 20 feet long north to south. The door is in the southwest corner, kind of along the up. Yeah, it's in the mid. Actually, it's in the middle of the west wall.
Oh, okay. So the northern part of this room doesn't reach up to where the door is in the corridor.
No.
Okay, gotcha. And what do we see?
All right.
Older.
There's a
Did someone say
wide-
ogre?
There's a broad, wide table in the center of this room, which looks like it was used as a desk. A tall back leather chair is pushed back from the opposite side. There's a quill resting on a piece of paper where it was set. And next to this is a crystal inkwell.
Ooh.
Arranged around the desk are 3 stacks of books. A bronze candelabra is set to the left of the quill and paper. 5 mostly burned down white candles are set in the candelabra, wax having run down the sides of the candle holder and pooled onto the desk in a few spots. Also on the desk, you see a brass, glass, and oak-handled magnifying glass, the sort an elder dwarf might have used when reading, and a delicate-looking axewood frame crystal hourglass. On the opposite wall from you, there is a small fireplace with a wood mantel carved to look like the vista of a distant mountain range. Set along the top of this mantel are wooden carvings of different workings of gears, like the internal parts of some future or past clever dwarven toy. When you open the door, after a moment, a comfortable warm fire whooshes into life in the fireplace. There are two heavy and wide oak cabinets along the walls flanking the fireplace. Most of the drawers of these have been pulled out as if somebody had opened them, getting ready to pack up and leave.
Gotcha. So who wants to look at what?
I can't read. I'm not looking at anything.
Okay, I'll look at the desk.
I'll look at the shiny things.
Iron Toe will beat you to the shiny things because he's in front of you.
Listen,
All
I may
right.
be 70, but I can sprint.
All right. So let's see. It sounds like Old Man Witherspoon and Iron Toe are examining shining things. What does that mean exactly?
The bronze.
Are you picking up candelabras? Are you picking up hourglasses or magnifying glasses?
Pick anything up, because possibly cursed and stuff. So I'm just gonna observe it.
Okay, so you start to reach for it, and then you think better of it, and you're like, I still only have one hand, so you just
Yeah.
Iron Toe does not have that much foresight.
Right. So Iron Toe scoops up the hourglass, I guess, and is looking it over.
I don't turn it around or anything. I just kind of look at it, see how much it's worth or something, if it does anything.
All right, no problem.
Are there any other exits out of this room?
There are not, but there is the fireplace and the stuff on top
The
of
two
that.
big
If you want to
cabinets.
be the one to look at that.
No, I just want to keep an eye out just to make sure nothing surprises us either from down the hall or some secret door that we're not aware of yet.
I was a little surprised about the fireplace lighting up. I don't know about you two in the front.
It's haunted.
But
But it's haunted by dwarves, so that's
I
fine.
ain't never seen that before.
You want to examine the fireplace there, buddy?
Sure.
Roll a d6 for me.
4.
Okay. Yep, it's a fireplace. It's got a comfy, warm fire going in it.
Nice.
And I'm going to look at the writing on the desk and see if it's in Dwarvish and it's something I can understand.
It is on the note on the desk.
Yes.
In a somewhat spidery and shaky hand in Dwarvish runes, it's written, I leave it to you, Dorn and Norin, to finish up preparations to close the doors to this place for the last time. I feel we have upheld all of the commitments our debt to the king requires. I feel the embrace of my own winter years closing in on me, and because of this, I will leave you for a time so that I might rest my hand in a final farewell upon the marker of the barrow of our beloved king, Welf Silvercrown, the last king under the mountain, Lord of the Silver Halls, one last time. With great affection, your great uncle, Thorfinn.
Aren't you boys looking for Wolf's remains? Isn't that important to you?
It's very important.
Absolutely.
What you gonna do with his remains? What's your plan?
Our plan is to find them and put them in a sack.
Yes, a very nice sack.
A royal sack. That's right.
Why would you want to do that?
Never you mind, human. It's none of your business. It's dwarven business.
I'm down here risking my shamrocks for you little people. I want to know what's going on.
You're not risking anything for us. You're risking it for gold.
All the dwarves should make a d6 roll.
4.
1.
Hold on. 3.
Okay. Let's see. Iron Toe.
Yes.
There's something going on with the mantle on the fireplace. You think that there's a button concealed in one of the carvings of the mountains on the fireplace.
I'm going to say, oh, look, a secret! I knew it. I'm going to set down the hourglass and just walk up to it and inspect it more closely.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for traps.
D6,
Roll up.
right?
Yep.
2.
Yeah.
Nice.
Doesn't look like any traps.
Okay. I will say, watch this, Dwarven Engineering, and I'm going to press the button.
Okay.
Oh, good.
This tomb will self-destruct in 30 seconds.
That's dwarven engineering, all right.
All right, a small compartment in the mantelpiece pops open, and within it you see a rolled piece of, it's almost like, it's like heavier than normal paper, and it's wrapped
nice.
with a scarlet ribbon.
Important paper.
What does it say, lad? What does it say?
I'm going to pick it up, dust my hands off on my mail, and then I'm going to walk up so everyone can, so I'm in the middle, pop it open, and see what it says, if I can read it.
It's a map.
Ah, it doesn't really have many words. It's more of a map.
It's a map to the tomb. You found it.
The map shows where the Warfang River to the east and where the West Fang and the East Fang rivers join together to form the Warfang River as they flow out of the Goblin Spite Mountains. It shows the Warfang Hills and the towering image of Mount Hornvang where the Silver Halls is located. Clearly marked in a lonely place among the north portion of the Warfang Hills is a note in Dwarvish. It reads, "Here is the barrow of the king. It is where we laid him in our sorrow and our shame. Thorfinn, cousin of the king and commander of the guardians of the western defenses."
Hip hip hooray! I pull out my beer and I pour some for my fellow dwarves and I say, "Let's drink to the king who has no head."
I'll just say, ooh. I'll say, ooh, time to drink, and I'll pull out my wineskin and just start drinking.
All right. You guys sort through what's left on the desk as well. The three stacks of books are arranged by subject. One is a group of hand-drawn notes regarding the construction of wooden gears, sets of pumps, and other mechanical arrangements used to power a variety of different things, from water wheels to windmills and other devices. These are all written and illustrated by a dwarf. They have a combined value of 120 gold pieces.
Ooh.
Anyone reading the entire set, which requires an entire week of off-season session time, gains a permanent 1 point or a percentage if they're a thief bonus to identify and disarm traps.
Ooh.
All right.
Nice.
The bonus can only be earned once, so only one of you can get it.
Mm-hmm.
The second stack of books is a hand-illustrated collection of notes regarding the basics of blacksmithing. It is in Dwarvish and translated into Common. It appears to have been a tutorial written in great fondness from the dwarf Thorfinn to a human blacksmith. Inside the book is a note written in a different hand. It reads, "Thorfinn, thanks to you, I can provide an honest living to my family. I return these to you now that I am a competent smith, as they are much too valuable of a treasure for me to retain with honor. All I can say is that I have known no kinder and better dwarf in my life, your friend, Baron the blacksmith." This set of books has a value of 60 gold pieces. Reading the entire set over the course of a week imparts a one-time bonus to any metalworking. The last is a 3-volume set of books which tells the sad tale of the death of Thorfinn's friend, Gorm the Old, the crowning of his young son, the appearance of the comet, the rumors of stirrings in the east, scouting an army of evil which came out of the Goblin Spite Mountains, and the death of Gorm's son during the Necrogarchy siege of Bolgrad. The dwarves took to hiding at the tomb, working to finish it while doing their best to aid the resistance against the evil Wraith Lord. These books are called The Lament of the Star. They have a value of 60 gold pieces. Reading the entire set reveals that the books contain detailed descriptions of the 3 powerful magical artifacts carried by the Wraith Lord and notes on their bonuses and powers.
Nice.
Oh my.
We need this.
Yeah.
You better make sure this falls into the right hands.
Our hands.
It just did, yeah.
Yeah.
So can we split up the books and we each carry some? Or are they too big and we'll have to leave them here for now?
Yeah, you can split them up and each carry some. There's only 3 in each set, so
Oh, that's not bad.
they'll fill like half a backpack of somebody each set.
That's no problem.
I'm barely using half a backpack. I just got mine. I can carry a set.
Okay, which
I can
set do
carry
you
a
want?
set.
Iron Toe, Kimmick, what set of books do you want to have? I'm giving you first pick.
Trap finding.
All right. Iron Toe, which set of books do you want?
Iron Toe will choose the smithing one.
All right.
And Agnar will take the last set.
Okay.
The Lament of the Star.
Are you planning on taking all the treasures in here too? That magnifying glass and that hourglass?
And oh,
The way I heard the way you shoot there, Gopher, you might need the magnifying glass.
In a time like this when you should be celebrating, you're going to pick on me again. Well,
It's only because I love you, laddie.
I should be used to it by now. I love you too, my little bald and bearded friend.
So just the cursory glance that we took of the book and the artifacts, does it like just describe what the artifacts are, or are they what kind of items or whatever?
Well, one of them, the party had uncovered in the hands of some orcs working for an evil druid of the Henge. They had been sent into the caves and the dungeons underneath Volgrad to try to recover this for the druid.
Okay.
And they had recovered a scepter, which basically acts as a mace called Gloom.
Yes.
And besides being a +2 mace, if you rest Gloom on the chest of a recently dead humanoid, it'll bring them back as a shadow in your service.
Ooh.
Except that traitorous half-breed stole it. Him and his little Weasley-looking magic user friend.
And it appears that they've given it to that evil druid of the Henge.
Wait, so we don't have it anymore?
Nope.
No,
Pretty much no.
the guy playing the half-orc character couldn't play anymore. And
Okay.
and so since he was the character who had it and was chaos aligned,
Okay.
he NPC'd out, and then as part of the plot line, they found out rendezvoused with the druid at night after escaping the city at the Giant Crown Inn, and then the 3 of them went off together.
And the plot thickens.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd also like to, Agnar would also like to take the last note of Thorfinn,
Okay.
liking to collect dwarven relics in history.
Okay, so you've got the candelabra, you've got the magnifying glass, and you've got the hourglass. Those together are worth 500 gold pieces.
Nice.
Yeah, they're really super, super quality. So if you end up dividing them as party treasure, it'd be 100 each. Or if you distribute them to people who didn't get any books or anything, that'll be some pretty good treasure.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's about it, it looks like, in this room.
So to the oaken door.
Yeah.
Sure.
I just hope that fire didn't awaken anybody that shouldn't be awake, if you know what I mean.
If we have to fight that dragon again, I swear I am getting too old for this crap.
Oh, did you guys check the cabinets for anything while we were in the other room?
No.
Can we do a quick check of the cabinets just to make sure there wasn't anything in them? I know that the doors are all open, but
All the cabinet drawers are opened up and they're empty. It looks like whoever was keeping their clothes and stuff in there emptied it out when they left.
gotcha. All right, let's listen at the oaken door.
Alrighty.
2.
It is quiet as a tomb.
Dang. Does this also appear to be locked?
Move the cleric to the front.
It is not locked, and it looks like if you push on it, it'll swing open.
Well, we'll check for traps anyway, just in case.
All right.
Yeah.
2.
Gimmick, you checking too?
Also a 2.
All right. It does not look to be trapped.
Let's
I
open it up.
appreciate your caution, though, considering what you went through earlier in this place.
Sure.
We were talking about that before you came back on, how we pretty much set off, except for those hounds, we pretty much set off every other trap we ran into. So
So this room is also 30 feet wide and west to east and 20 feet long north to south. And the oak door is in the south wall in the bottom left corner. Let's see. In the center of the north wall, there's a 10-foot wide fireplace with a mantel carved to look like pillars in a long dwarven hall, all carved in perspective as if approaching a tall back throne. Above the throne hangs a carving of a glowing crown. Geometric pattern woven tapestries and beautiful woven wool hang from either side of the fireplace. A 4-poster oak bed sits along the east wall. The bedding and the blankets of this bed have been removed. A tall 6-foot-high oval mirror with a beautiful polished oak frame sits in the northwest corner. There is a oak cloak or coat rack next to the door. There's also a large iron-bound chest at the foot of the bed. The top of the chest is open. There's a large oak bureau next to the bed, and again, all of the doors are all, open as if someone has gone through the room to pack up all its contents. However, leaning together against the fireplace, you see a dwarven round shield. The shield is still painted a deep azure blue like the sky. In the center of the shield, there is a gray and white painting of a mountain. Above the mountain, there is an image of the 5-pointed crown painted in silver. Leaning against this is a beautiful axe, a dwarven war axe. This is a single-handed weapon with a long bearded axe blade. The blade has an unusual bluish sheen polished into it. The haft is patterned to look like a dragon's body, coiling and uncoiling like the coils of a rope. It has been stained a dark cherry color, almost black. The head of the axe is crafted to look like the Celtic-style open mouth of a dragon with the blade held in the mouth part of the dragon.
Wow.
On either side of the dragon head in the metal of the axe, there are glittering emeralds the size of a man's thumb.
Ooh.
Woo-wee.
That shield might be useful to me. If I had an arm.
If only I had an arm.
I swear.
I've got iron spikes. I could like spike it on you.
You think when those clerics raised you from the dead, they could have attached an arm to you?
I know, right?
Some poor old soul that didn't need it.
Both times I've died, it hasn't happened.
You might be able to convince them to let you wield the axe. I don't know if these greedy dwarves will let you have any of this stuff.
Greedy is an understatement.
Now, why would they just leave this axe and this shield and take all the clothing? That makes no sense.
True.
Well, you do know that Thorfinn was buried here when he died.
Oh.
So at some point when he was older and he pretty much finished this project, he told his cousins or his nephews that he was leaving to go say goodbye to the king. And he did pack up and leave with all of his stuff. But at some point, his relatives brought his corpse back here to bury him.
Okay.
And maybe his nephews
Left
took
this
his items and laid it next to where he used to sleep in his room, next to his fireplace.
All right. Well, who wants the shield and who wants the axe?
This looks like stuff that should stay within the dwarven family. If I was had a say in it.
Well, it's like sword in the stone, I guess.
Fight for it?
Wrestle for it.
Oh, let's wrestle for it.
Beard pulling contest.
Yeah.
We'll play.
Whoever tries first when you pull your beard, they lose.
All right.
Contest.
Any of the dwarves have an innate ability that they can judge the value of stuff. And for things that are dwarven made, you know, you can just automatically tell the ballpark value of things. For dwarven items, though, I'll let you go ahead and just identify them, okay?
Okay.
Same if you're playing an actual elf. If you're an actual elf and you find an actual elven item, you can figure out what it does.
One elf.
The dwarven shield has the heraldry of Thorfinn, the commander of the Western Guards of the Silver Halls. So this is something that he carried with him when the Silver Halls fell. It is not a magic shield, but is of very high quality. It reduces all mundane damage through melee or ranged attacks, where it can be brought to bear by 1 point.
That's nice.
The shield has a sale value of 500 gold, but probably the best you could ever hope to sell it for would be more like 250. And you'd have to have find somebody with that much gold to sell it to.
I don't think we're selling this.
No.
All right.
You're not selling that.
The dragon axe is Thorfinn's axe. It's a +1 magical dwarven war axe. One-handed, it does a D8, and with its bonus, it does a D8 +1. It can be thrown like a hand axe.
Awesome.
The axe is imbued with the hate of goblins and orcs. When these are present, its blade grows a hazy blue light, like the light spell. Against orcs and goblins and hobgoblins, the axe attacks with a +3 bonus and strikes for double damage.
Wow. You boys hit pay dirt.
Once per day, if the wielder of this axe is a dwarf, and automatically when the dwarf is lowered to half their hit points, the emerald gem eyes of the dragon will flash and the dwarf is healed 2d8 + 4 points.
Oh my god. This thing's incredible.
Nice.
The axe has a value of 10,000 gold pieces.
Oh,
You're laughing because you're not going to sell it, right?
Ironco is laughing at the pain because of the fact he can't sell it.
A character could resell this object, but probably the most you're ever going to get for it if you sold it for experience points is about 2,000 gold.
Yeah. We're not selling it, lads.
That's beautiful. That's
Should we dice for these objects, boys?
Oh, by the way, Kimek, your hand axe, your magic hand axe, or your magic axe, if you say the magic word, you can either throw it and it'll return to you, or you can hold it and the wind effect will go around you and it'll deflect missile weapons fired at you for that combat round.
Cool.
So you're Thor, but wind.
That's on charges, so after a certain point, it won't do that anymore.
Good to know.
So is the rest of the party okay with the dwarves dividing this up?
Oh, I'm sure
Rolling
fine with
seems
that. I ain't got no use for no dwarven artifacts. They
The
belong
others are
to
sort
kin.
of okay with it. They just sort of a sigh, and they're like, okay, so they'll get something cool later, right?
Oh yeah, sure.
If
Oh
there's a
yeah,
sword,
that's how it works.
yeah. If there's a sword, I call dibs.
Not a two-handed sword.
Yeah.
All right.
That was cruel, laddie.
I'm just stating the obvious.
So can we want to dice off just so we know who's carrying at least the stuff?
Can we agree that if somebody wins the shield, they don't get to roll for the axe?
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we'll roll for the shield first, okay? So each of the dwarven players roll a d6.
I'm going to take myself out since I've got a two-handed weapon. It doesn't make sense.
Okay.
4.
4.
Okay, roll again.
3.
1.
All right. So Agnar, you get the shield.
All right.
So that will reduce any mundane, ranged, or melee attack against you by 1 point.
Awesome.
Dang.
And I guess that means that Iron Toe gets the Axe of Thorfinn.
Axe of Thorfinn. Use it well, lad.
Yes. Well, I'll use it probably until I die, so however long or short that may be.
Awesome. All right, well, that's
That's pretty cool.
You guys check around that room some more, and that's all you really find in there.
And what's the picture on the shield again? It's a mountains with a crown above it, a silver crown above it.
Yeah, it's a silver crown, and it has 5 stars over the crown for each of the 5 dwarven kingdoms.
Gotcha.
That's where the king's body is buried above the mountain.
Right. Awesome.
All right, so where to now?
We'll have to backtrack down by those other locked doors.
Mhm.
I don't know if you want to try to break
True.
those, or if we just want
Sure.
to head past that crazy little dwarven statue that turned around and shot crossbow bolts at us and just keep going north. Or do we want to break into some more rooms?
Yeah, let's check out those doors. So let's go to Ed. As we're heading through the double doors back into that corridor,
All
we'll
right.
check out the locked iron door immediately on the right.
Hey, okay.
All right.
So we're heading out of that big hall, and there's
As you enter the big hall, you realize that all the noise you made, crowbarring open the door and knocking that open and talking and haggling and all that kind of stuff, has stirred up the Sturges.
Yeah.
So let's have Alexander roll initiative for the party.
Oh boy, I have a good track record for this. 5.
You win.
Oh.
Nice.
All right. So as you come into the main room, once you reach the middle of the main room, you realize that kind of quietly up in the air above you are a bunch of these Sturges. It looks like there's 10 of them.
10. Oh.
And you guys get the first round. We're just going to go around. Badger, what do you do?
I'm going to shoot an arrow at one.
All right.
All right. Short range gives me a 16 for 4 damage.
You kill one.
Lead them, little boys. Lead them.
All right. One arm. Old Man Witherspoon, what are you going to do?
I'll draw my sword and take a swing at one if I can.
They're out of reach at the moment. You want to hold your action?
I'll grab one of my daggers then.
All right. You
By
want
the
to
way, by the way, I have 10 daggers.
Awesome.
Always be prepared.
He hucks a dagger.
It's my only way to fight at range. 13.
You hit.
Oh shoot! So that's D4 damage.
Yeah, plus
You're
your strength
upset.
bonus.
I don't have a dexterity bonus. 4 damage.
Kill one.
Yeah.
All right, Iron Toe.
Yeah. Let's see what this axe can do.
All right, do you ready to hit the first one that comes at you?
Yeah.
All right, Agnar.
I will fire my crossbow.
All right.
That is a 5.
All right, that misses. Brother James of the Everflames.
Oh no. He will just well, he's equally bad at both. So he's gonna draw his warhammer and his shield and ready himself behind the shield, waiting for a monster to come and eat him.
All right, Kimmick, what are you gonna do?
I will hold to attack when one approaches.
All righty. Is there anybody else? I think that's it.
That's it.
All right. All right. First, let's see. You got 1, 2. We got 6 characters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. First one comes down after Brother James of the Everflame. You want to swing at it while it comes after you, Sebastian?
Yeah.
Okay, roll a hit.
Okay.
Brother James takes a swing.
Okay, so that's a 5, but it actually is a 4.
Oh boy.
Awesome. Brother James, it rolls an 18.
Don't kill the cleric.
Brother James, you take a point of damage, and this bird is sticking out of your
crap.
armor. It's gotten through a seam in your armor.
No, it's going to drain me.
All right. Next bird goes after Brother James. 18.
Oh, don't die, cleric. You're almost about to get a healing spell.
Brother James, you take a point of damage. Now there's 2 of them stuck to you.
Oh, man.
This is just like Sunday.
Next one goes after Kimmick. You want to?
Oh, yeah.
Before it
Yeah, I
reaches
do.
Kimmick?
I want to try. Oh, I got a 20.
All right, double damage.
It was a D6 or a D8?
D8.
That's okay. I thought so. 2 and another 2, so 5 total with the strength.
You kill one.
Yay!
Yeah.
Well done.
All right, next one goes after Kimmick again. Rolled a 15. What's your armor class there, sir?
My armor class is 2.
I think it misses you. All righty, next one goes after Agnar. Agnar, are you going to swing at this? Oh, you already threw something?
I shot my crossbow. I missed.
Okay. Agnar, I rolled a 4. I missed you.
Yay.
Next one goes after Old Man Witherspoon.
Swing, old man Witherspoon.
Swing,
Swing.
Old Man Witherspoon. See if you can kill this thing.
I already threw a dagger.
Oh, okay.
And I killed one already.
I missed you. I rolled a 12.
Yeah. Plate armor. Yeah.
Yep. Next one goes after Agnar again.
All right.
5. And the last one.
My anti-sturge repellent is working.
Right.
It's called BO.
Goes after Badger.
Ow! 3 armor class.
Did you have an attack or you
I did.
shot an arrow?
I shot my bow.
I rolled an 8. I miss you. All right. It is initiative for the next combat round. Let's have Badger roll.
How does a 3 work for our team?
Better than a 2.
4.
Ooh, not good. Not good.
Bye, James. I can't imagine
I'm
you have
sorry,
many hit
Brother
points.
James. I don't know that you'll die, but it doesn't look good.
James only has 5 hit points.
I know.
Go back into him.
I'm just gonna roll.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just gonna roll all. Let's see. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 left. You've killed 3 so far, and 2 of them are attached to Brother James.
Oh, I just realized Brother James actually has an okay constitution. So
Is that
seven
his
hit-
one?
okay, he's a bit okay.
All right, so two of the first two of them are both going to attack Badger. 16, 2.
2 points. Oh, well, I've got a 3 armor class.
Does a 16 hit you?
Are they?
Yep.
I think it just barely.
They
Oh,
go
no,
to-
they're half.
They go 19 or 20.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they might have a Thaco of 20. But
they're-
they're less than 1 hit dice.
1 minus 1.
No, Thaco is 19.
Oh, that hits.
Yep.
Dang, he's stuck in me. Stuck in me like an Alabama tick.
You take 1 point, Badger. And
What's
other
in
one goes-
Alabama?
It's south of Bullgrad, real south.
Then another one goes after Brother James of the Everflame.
Oh, I try to jump in its way.
All right, Agnar, you jump in the way, and with the 19, it hits you.
All right.
You take 1 point of damage.
Okay.
Oh gosh.
And then the last two, one goes against Kimmick, and one goes against Old Man Witherspoon.
Bring it
You got
on.
missed. Old Man Witherspoon, you got missed.
Yeah.
Now, the ones that are already attached at the bottom of their action, they drain.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I got like 2 stuck in me.
3 now.
You take, no, because Agnar jumped in front and took one to the face.
I took one for the team.
great. Nice.
All right, you take 3 damage. Brother
Ooh.
James.
Oh wow. Oh wow, that's a lot of damage.
What are you at?
I'm at 2.
2.
Okay.
Dang, you have as much hit points as me.
Now you've got now it's going to be your turns, but Brother James, you've got some options here.
Mm-hmm.
You can try to get rid of one, and maybe your friend One Arm will help you, or One Arm can open that scroll up, and you can use your round to read the scroll, but you won't be able to cast it until next turn. So everybody else would have to get those things off of you. But if you got that, that's a really powerful spell. It probably heal most of your damage. Although it might be smarter just to get those things off of you.
Yeah, Brother James is not smart enough to do that, so he's just gonna try and get him off.
Okay.
He's gonna use his warhammer and try and hit one.
Okay.
Not the best thought out plan, but it might work.
All right. Go ahead and roll the hit.
Don't miss.
9.
All right. You don't get a very good hit on it. Badger.
No.
Badger, what are you gonna do?
Well, I see brother in trouble. I'm going to help him out. I can take a little more blood sucking. So I'm going to shoot one right off of his neck. Don't move. Don't flinch.
Flinch.
Don't
Like
roll one.
An adjusted 12.
You hit.
3 points of damage.
You kill one.
Yay. That magnifying glass really helped there, old gopher.
Iron Toe, what are you gonna do?
Well, since pretty sure Iron Toe doesn't have anyone on him, he's gonna be disappointed, but go and help save the cleric.
All right.
Gonna take his new axe, shiny and new by his standards. So, can you remind me the bonus?
I think it's just +1 against normal creatures.
+1 against normal creatures. Okay, so that's a 10.
Even with all your bonuses. Okay, so he misses.
Yeah.
All right, Old Man Witherspoon, what are you gonna do?
All right. I'm going to try to kill the other. Wait, are both of them dead on Brother James?
Just one.
No.
I'll go to the one that isn't dead and try to stab it.
All right.
11.
You miss.
Oh, no.
12's the magic number.
Agnar, what do you do?
I gotta help the cleric. I can take more damage, so.
Okay.
Oh, a natural 20.
Yeah.
So I'm using my hand axe to do this.
You get to
So.
roll your damage dice twice and add your strength bonus once.
I hope you don't mind gore, because I just did 12 points of damage.
Oh yeah.
And he was full of blood.
Home run!
That's
Other
awesome.
That's the way you do it, lads.
All right, Kimmick, what do you do? Badger's got one stuck on him, and Agnar's got one stuck on him.
I walk up to the one that's stuck on. Okay. So there's none left on. Okay. I thought there was still one stuck on Brother. No.
No, they killed both of those. He's been saved.
Okay, good. I thought we missed him. All right. So then I will walk up to Badger and I will just grab the one that's stuck on his neck and try and squeeze it.
Hey, I did that once. It's fun. You should.
It's not fun.
Pull it out. Squeeze it.
Wait, that was Braden. He doesn't know whether it's fun.
Yeah.
Roll strength, you said?
Yep.
Okay, I got a 15 strength and I rolled a 1.
Oh, he smacks you in the head.
It's a good time to get rid of that 1, yeah.
Yeah,
Glad it wasn't your axe.
It's not a ranged attack, so you don't hurt anybody or do any damage to anybody, but you missed the one on Badger.
I thought I was rolling strength.
Oh, no.
I was grabbing it and squeezing it. I'm sorry.
No, that's cool. That's fine. All right, so you grab it, and Badger, you get a point of damage back, and you get to make a saving throw.
A strange feeling of deja vu.
Oh, I love this.
Versus
We'll just say D because that's
D?
the easiest one.
All right,
That's the one you did for me.
Need a 12 and a 3. Oh, I feel kind of.
Awesome, you fail. Who failed last time, Agnar?
But I'm fully healed.
That was Braden that got the disease last time.
All right, so he's not with you, probably because he wasn't feeling very well.
No, I had the magic garlic that made me feel
Yeah.
better.
Mama's garlic.
You ate the magic garlic from Old Man Witherspoon.
Yes.
That family remedy that he swears by for sturge infections.
There you go.
It works for all diseases.
Or so he says.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see here. We got and Kimmick, you've got a sturge flopping around in your hand now.
Woohoo!
All right. Let's see. It's a new round for initiative. Let's have Kimmick go ahead and roll.
Okay. And the roll is a 1.
Okay, I got a 3. Kimmick, the one that you're holding tries to stab you in the wrist with its middle mouth, but it's got a minus on its attack roll here because you got a hold of it. And it misses you.
Okay.
And
Okay.
then the last 4 that are still around. Well, one's on Agnar, so it can't attack. So there's only 3 left that are man mobile. 2 of them go after Iron Toe.
Finally.
And one of them goes after Agnar.
All right.
Iron Toe,
Yeah.
I rolled 2 twice, so I miss you.
Yeah.
Agnar, I rolled a 10, so I miss you. All right, we'll go around. Badger, what do you do?
I will shoot one that's just flying around
Oh, wait.
somebody.
The one's on you, drain you. Sorry. My
No
bad.
problem.
My bad. Badger, you get sucked for 2 damage.
I don't think he has one on him, right?
Oh, wait, he doesn't have on him. So
It's just me.
It's just you, Agnar. 2 damage.
Alrighty.
So I will shoot one flying around.
Lad, shoot the one off of me.
You still got one on you?
Yes.
All right. If I roll a 1, you called it. No, 10 adjusted to 13 for range of my dexterity. He
You
takes
hit.
5 damage.
Nice, you kill it.
Yay.
Nice.
I'll buy you a beer for that.
All right, Kimmick, I'm going to let you go because you've already got one in your hand. What do you do?
I mean, do I feel like I'm strong? Do I feel like I'm strong enough I can just squeeze it until it pops?
Well, you've already done a point of damage on it by just strength squeezing it. I'll let you do a D4 plus your strength bonus against it.
Okay. Let's see.
You don't have to roll.
The die is the 1, so that's 2 total.
All right, you kill it.
Okay.
We are covered
in my blood.
I believe it.
All right, old man Witherspoon, what do you do?
And brother's blood.
So, can I take a swing at one now?
Yeah, they're all amidst you now, so you can melee them.
All right, I'll raise my sword high into the heavens, hope I don't hit the ceiling, and then swing down to try and hit one.
Ah.
Oh, thank goodness. I thought it was a 1 for a second. No, it's unnatural 20.
You hit.
Nice.
That's a bit overkill. 9 damage.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you totally kill one. All right, Iron Toe.
Yes.
You can attack.
Oh,
Swing,
yes.
Bala, swing.
Okay, that is a unnatural 21.
You hit.
Yeah. Nice.
So your axe does 1d8 plus 1 plus any strength bonus you got.
Oh God. That is I didn't roll an 8, but it's still 8 damage.
Okay, you kill one. Brother James of the Everflames.
He will. Are there any near him?
Yeah, there's one kind of next to him.
Oh, he's gonna take out his. He has his warhammer. He's gonna try and hit it with that.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
0.
You roll an adjusted 0.
Yeah.
Okay. You raise your hand up to
It's
swing,
a natural 1.
but you lose grip of your hammer because your hands are slippery with your own blood and bird blood, and it flies out of your hand backwards and lands in the inside of the fireplace. Next up is Agnar.
All right, swinging my hand axe. Oh, no. That's a
All
7.
right, next up is Kimmick.
All right. Giving the old swing. Right next to brother, and I got a 13.
You hit.
All right. Damage is 7.
You kill it.
Yay.
Killed all the Sturges, man.
Yeah.
No one died.
I ain't
Somehow.
never seen so much blood before. That's a lot of
Yeah,
blood.
they got close though. It was a bloodbath.
That was awesome. Good job, you guys.
You better
Brother
read that
James.
scroll
Yeah.
for that cleric.
Yeah, now let's read the
that
scroll for the
scroll.
cleric. Yeah.
Okay, Alex,
Mm-hmm.
your guy helps Brother James translate the scroll. So you just sort of read it to him, and then he does the chanting. He knows how to do the chanting okay, and how to make the signs and everything okay, because it's all like memorized church tradition. But some of the words he might have gotten wrong unless she was repeating after you. And so you cast the spell, you get to roll a D8 plus 2.
8.
So you heal for 8 damage. You heal yourself 8 points.
Awesome. I'm
Okay.
fully healed. I feel the blood returning.
Awesome.
I'm going to collect my arrows if I could, and I will also collect this nice warhammer that I just seen sitting in a fireplace. I never noticed that before.
Brother James says,
He obviously didn't want it, just giving it away like that.
I didn't know that dwarves hid their warhammers in fireplaces.
Brother James will say, that was mine.
Oh, okay, here you go.
All right, nice job.
So, Brother James, is it possible you remembered the spell?
No.
No, I wasn't paying attention.
I face palm with my one good hand and sigh.
Was I supposed to?
Yes, I think.
I mean, technically, I'm not a monk.
Wouldn't worry about it now.
Well, we seem to have flushed those birds out of their nest. Maybe we should go inspect it. Maybe they picked up some keys along the way that were shiny and hid them in their nest.
Sure.
All right.
All right. So, Badger, you want to get a boost up to those nests and kind of cut through the clay and stuff?
Yeah.
Sure enough, Badger, you find a shiny-looking steel key up in one of the nests.
Ooh, shoot, this is my one good idea for the day.
You darn adventurers that have experienced in these games, man, and your crafty shenanigans. Oh, my God. I thought you would never find that.
I hand it down to one of the three dwarves and say, does this look like dwarven craftsmanship to you? Here.
Iron Toe will say, not even looking at it, actually, it's Elven.
All right. So Iron Toe's got a key.
Awesome.
Actually, you should probably hand it to Agnar or Kimmick since they're in the front.
Yeah, I'll hand it to Kimmick.
Okay, Kimmick, you've got
Already?
You've got a steel key.
Steel key. Fantastic.
Guess we won't need that crowbar.
You might.
All right, what do you guys do? Are you heading out of the room like you'd planned to one of those metal doors?
Yeah, the first one on the right when we come out of the oak and double doors.
Tom, can you kind of describe the area you're in to Spencer so he knows?
Sure, and the map is actually in the file section if you want to look at it.
Okay.
On the door, but essentially it's a corridor, and it goes up, and there's two sets of alcoves on either side of the corridor, spaced evenly, and there are locked iron doors in each one of those alcoves.
So you're going to the first right door?
Yes.
Okie doke.
That's fine.
And we'll listen.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
2.
6.
As quiet as a tomb.
Dang, I'm wasting all these rolls.
Quiet as a tomb. Nice.
Check for traps.
Okay.
Oh, 3. That one.
Nope.
Then try the key.
Okay, you hear a click in the lock. Sounds like you unlocked it.
I try to stand sort of up against the wall as much as I can while Kimmick opens the door.
Oh, sure.
So we didn't even.
Second row, take the hit.
So we didn't even need the key. That's nice.
No, you did need the key.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Kimmick has the key. He'd have to be the one to unlock
Yeah,
it.
that's why I asked, because I thought you unlocked it without me. Right.
Oh, sorry,
Okay.
no.
No, that's okay. I just was keeping up. All right. So, all right. So we don't think it's trapped. So I'm going to open the doors. I know this isn't quiet. I know that if there's somebody on the other side, they're going to hear me. I'm just going to open the door slightly anyway and take a peek.
Okay. On the other side, you see 3 metal, basically they look like automatons built to look like skeletons. And you see that in their rib cage area, they have the same kind of fancy compilations of gears and mechanisms and stuff that are whirring into life that that you saw over the dwarf's fireplace. And their heads kind of turn towards you, and they ready their simple weapons, and they come marching towards you.
Get ready, boys!
And I say in Dwarvish, peace, my friends, we are dwarves. Are you crazy?
All right.
This is what we live for.
Oh, they
All
stop.
right, they stop where they're at.
I say, go back in the corner and shut down.
Okay, that's what they do.
Awesome.
Iron Toe will say quietly, "Do you think we could have done that for the dragon?" I could have done that for the dragon. Probably.
That was a little more sophisticated. You needed a special password for him.
That's right. He asked us for a password. Or he asked you guys for a password. So we go in. Let's take a look around this room.
Okay, it's just an empty room otherwise. It looks like it was
Okay.
some kind of holding place for these three guys. And after some inspection, the dwarves figure out that, remember there was that pressure plate in front of the double doors that you jammed so it wouldn't go off?
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, all four doors were triggered that if you stepped on that plate, they'd all spring open, and then whatever's in the rooms on the side would all come out and attack you all at the same time.
Oh, that was lucky.
Better not open those doors.
Well,
Oh, what
I
type?
try some other commands with these automatons. Do they follow my instructions if I command them?
Well, they're shut down.
Right. So I say turn back on.
No.
No.
Well,
Okay.
they're not our problem anymore.
No.
How heavy do they look?
What type of weapons do they have?
They have like short swords and hand axes that are sort of welded into their metal,
Oh,
kind of made to look sort of skeletal hands. Each of them weighs about 100 pounds. They're heavy.
I mean, I know our only exit's a chimney, but could we potentially carry one off and sell it?
You might. You think it has, each one of these has a value of 200 gold pieces if you sold them because of all the parts and the metal involved and all the machinery.
Why would we sell them? We got to use them to take out those goblins and get back out of kingdom.
That's a better use.
Yeah.
Can we look through the book about mechanics and see if it has any instructions on how to turn these on? Or
You think that if somebody really studied those books, and this would be out of game between games
Sure.
for a week or two, whoever owns those books could potentially figure out how to turn one of these things on. But you're only going to be able to in-game have one of them with you at a time.
right. So maybe
One
on our
per
way
person?
out, we grab one.
One for whoever's in control of it.
Oh, just one person. Okay.
Yeah, probably you since you have the books.
Right, exactly. Maybe on the way out, we'll try to stuff one up the chimney like the Grinch. And
Yeah, when that one's destroyed, you could come back and get another one.
Mhm.
yeah.
There you go.
All right.
There
But
might
you,
be-
we need a base of operations, don't we?
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, wait,
but-
you could turn this into a base of operations, although the Black Pilgrim Inn where you stay is like a safe area in-game.
right.
Oh, no, understood.
Yeah, but if you want to create your own base, there's nothing stopping you from doing that.
Yeah,
much-
just a thought.
As we recruit more dwarves to the cause, we'll send them here and have them start refurbishing the place.
A dwarven stronghold. Like it.
Made out of a tomb. A
Just
dwarven
has to be underground, my boy.
Nothing
All right,
wrong with
so-
that.
Where to now, guys?
Do we want to do the one across on the left side, or do we want to keep going down one side of the corridor?
I'm gonna assume they're all the same. Let's just go past those crazy little half-naked dwarves.
I mean, there might be some bigger and better ones.
And if we don't have
we
them
should check
shut off, maybe we could have one come with us and be an extra sword.
Okay,
Let's check out at least one more on the left side.
Kimmick, you
Yeah,
want
let's
to
check.
you want to open the door on the left side?
Sounds good.
Okay, it unlocks.
All right.
Push open the door.
After
and
you,
Sure enough,
old
there's
man.
3 more of those automatons in there.
Fantastic.
Man,
They start marching towards you, ready to attack.
All right, dwarves, do your thing.
Oh,
So, yeah.
wait. Stop attacking. We're dwarves.
All right, so they stop in place.
all right. Now we can use them as a vanguard. We can send them ahead of us and have them trip all the traps.
Oh, the trap finders. Yes.
All right, So who's
You
going to
need your
command?
assistant.
You can have one. Who's going to command the one until you destroy it?
Not Iron Toes. Well,
Why don't you let Kimmick control it?
Sounds
Okay,
good.
I was happy to let Agnar have it.
Since you've got the books of all the knowledge
Okay,
of the mechanism.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay.
So do you want to name your bony sidekick?
I will come up with a name for sure.
All right. You guys are feeling mighty tired by now.
All
I
right.
bet.
Do you guys want to rest for a little bit?
For sure.
Sure. We might as well rest where all the tables are.
Are you anxious to roll on the? Never mind.
That's all right. So we're just kind of keeping track of rounds and stuff like that.
No, I'm just messing. Yeah, it's funny.
You've gone past the 6. You've been in this
Yep.
tomb. You think about 2 hours so far.
Okay.
All right.
So we'll flip over one of the tables in the main hall and have a bite to eat.
All right.
Shove all the sturges in the fireplace.
No, we're
There you
climbing
go.
back up that fireplace.
Oh, that's true.
You wrap
I'm sorry,
that
the
up.
alcove. We'll shove them in the alcove.
No problem. So you wrap that up. You're all rested and ready to go, and you guys go back to the main or to that hallway headed north.
Sure. So we're gonna skip the other 2 doors, guys.
They
Yeah,
all
we-
open into
course.
adjoining rooms. So there's a 30 by 20 room on either side with 2 doors that open into the same room.
Oh, gotcha.
So there was just a total of 6 of these mechanical skeletons, 3 on each side.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
at least 6 traps.
And then I guess, okay, we got to get past this. Well, do we think that the mooning dwarves will have reloaded their crossbows, or?
Doesn't look like they have. And the pressure plate that triggered that trap was in the hallway right next to where the 10-foot pit was at.
Gotcha.
And so at the T intersection, that place is clear.
Gotcha. So do we want to keep going north, or do we want to head left past the pit and back down to the circular room and try a different place there?
I don't want to go back to that circular room. It was filling up with sand, if I
Okay.
recall correctly.
It was.
Let's finish exploring what we got over here.
And then if we don't actually find them, then that means there's probably another level to this attached to that spinny room.
Yeah, and we could probably shovel sand out of it.
True.
It's
Fill
very
up that
clever.
pit.
You could spend some time emptying it of the sand, some of the sand that's in there so far.
I
So
mean,
there's a
there was
10-foot pit we can fill up.
All right, so you're at the T intersection and you look ahead and the north hall goes 10, 20, 30 feet, and then it's dark past that. I think that's as far as your lanterns and torches go.
Yeah.
So you
And are we keeping our automaton ahead of us?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna attach my lantern to him. So
You boys should still be checking for traps. I mean, that thing sets off a trap. It could still kill us all.
true. Well, then you want us to be in front of it?
Using gas.
I mean, it could be maybe like 5 paces ahead of us.
All right,
Yeah.
But
that's fine.
far enough to where if we can see if there's a trap it's approaching, or but still far enough ahead if something, I don't know, drags it to hell, it won't drag us too.
Okay.
Is
You
it
move
moving on
forward.
wheels, or? I'm sorry.
It
And-
marches along on feet. It looks like
Oh, okay.
a little dwarven Terminator after all the flesh has been burned off of it.
Gotcha.
Nice.
All right, so you go 10 feet down the hallway, and now your light's far enough you can see the end of the hall. There's a T intersection there. So from the original T intersection north, 10, 20, 30, 40 feet, then you reach another T intersection that goes west-east.
Okay.
Around the corner, just visible on the west side in that part, you see the front end of a typical dwarven ore cart, which can be quite large. So you sort of see the dumping end of that, and you can see some ore kind of still piled in it.
Do I feel like we've sloped down at all?
No, not here. Although you know that you are pretty far underground. You know,
Sure.
You're a couple 100 feet underground.
That's right. We went down those 2 big drops.
Yep. Now in the floor of that T intersection, headed from the underneath the cart, headed east down the east hallway, are a couple of minecart rails.
Nice.
And at the very end of the hall is a little 5-foot half-circle alcove that's got a statue of 3 dwarves sitting on each other's backs, and they're sort of half mooning you, and you can't see the front of them.
Yeah, stop, hold. We should
go
probably
flat against the walls, guys.
Yeah.
Reach for the sky.
So we'll look for a pressure plate before we reach that T.
All right, go ahead, and all the dwarves can go ahead and roll.
Great.
6.
3. What'd you get, Sebastian?
Come on, Iron Toes.
5.
No.
All right,
I got a 3.
You don't
send
see-
the automaton down.
Oh, you got a 3, Kimmick?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Just before
Looks good.
Just before the T intersection, you see that there's a pressure plate in the floor.
Okay. So we want to sort of jam that, guys, right?
Yep.
Yes.
I'll spike it.
Great.
All right, so you go ahead and you spike it up, and it does not go off.
Yay.
And you have secured that area. Now you can really see that cart pretty clearly.
And that's to the west, right?
That's in the west hallway. It's a dwarven mine cart constructed mostly of metal plates bolted together. The wheels are a combination of wood and metal and rest upon a pair of rails that run down the length of the hall from west to east, where they go beneath a pair of heavy-looking oak doors on the far east end of the hallway.
And how far does the hallway go down?
That hallway goes down a ways, but as you kind of look, there's a couple of torches that kind of flicker into light all the way down the hallway. Cool. So there's that hallway to the east goes 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 feet and ends in a pair of doors that the rails go underneath.
So door.
Now on the north wall, on the north wall, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 feet down that hallway, on the north wall there are a pair of doors. They're oak and iron bound doors. And on the south wall, right across from them, there's another pair of oak and iron bound doors. The dwarven minecart is loaded with boulders and stones between the size of a tavern bench and a wash tub. They look heavy. You could remove them if you decided you wanted to, but they probably weigh 50 to 100 pounds each.
Am I the only one that wants to jump in the cart and go for a ride?
No.
I think all the dwarves want to do that. And old
Me
man
too. So, how long do dwarven torches last?
About as long as normal torches.
Unfortunately, the same as normal torches, yeah.
They probably last the same, although those look pretty old and they're kind of guttering and sputtering, like maybe a little less, but not that much less.
And what do we see on the western quarter past the cart?
Right behind the cart, just 10 feet, is a wall.
Ooh, okay.
Like that's its little parking spot.
Yep.
Yeah.
I say we all get in the cart. It's big enough for all of us, right?
Or we could throw an old man Witherspoon and just push it really fast and let it go. See if the door is open.
Once it gets to the other side of the wall, though, if you're in or you're stuck on this side. Well, now I guess, yeah, okay, let's go for a ride.
I mean, we should probably check out anything else around here.
Well, there's those
Yeah.
other two sets of double doors about 20 feet before we hit the end of the eastern corridor. Do we want to check those out first?
Yeah.
We probably should.
Or look,
I mean,
look
that cart-
past the doors at the end of the hall to make sure you don't, go flying off to your doom. Or
Yeah. I'll search in
it's
the
a cliff
cart.
behind the double doors.
Yeah, and I'll just take a small little look in the cart to see if there's any items in there.
okay, there's no items in the cart, and the rocks look really unremarkable, like just regular boulders somebody pulled out of the ground when they were hacking out a hallway.
I'll just search through them, lazily, and that's what I'm doing.
All right. You move them around a little bit, but you don't really find anything very interesting in there. They look like they've just been sitting there doing nothing for a long time.
Does the cart have any sort of mechanisms, like a brake or anything, or is it just a cart?
It does, but oddly, the mechanism goes down into the floor.
Ooh.
That's not a
It's
break.
release mechanism.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
its release mechanism looks like it's somehow secured down into the floor.
Well, that saves us from having to push. I was wondering about that.
So let's not touch the cart anymore.
All right.
Oh, come on.
We'll walk down to the double doors.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all the dwarves roll a d6 as you're walking down to the double doors.
3.
6.
4.
Agnar, you notice that there's a noticeable slope downhill the direction that you're walking.
Okay, I mentioned that to everyone. In case you haven't noticed, lads, we're going down.
Are you all sure that mining cart is secure behind us? I don't want to be getting rolled over from behind.
It's secure.
Yeah, but the only thing I'm sure of is I want to get in that cart and go.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Maybe
So
I'm just
let's-
following the door.
Let's listen at the northern doors.
Okay.
Unless something happens before we reach them.
Okay. No, it's really quiet. Quiet.
Check for traps.
Okay.
That's a failure of 6.
Nope. Look safe.
Does it have a key or is it look unlocked?
There's no keyhole, but they look like they're stuck.
Check for traps.
Okay.
6.
That looks safe.
Okay, I go and open it.
Hey, try to
Okay.
keep open with your
Agnar will try to force the door.
Okay, you and Agnar, go ahead and kick open the door.
4, so I just made it.
Oh, awesome.
That's a D6, right? 6.
Okay, well, Agnar gets his door open.
I just run against it and slide down.
All right, so this is a 30 by 30 foot square room. The doors enter through the center of the south wall. Each of the 10-foot squares along the west and the east walls contain a wooden bunk fashioned from hardwood, and they're all carved with, birds and badgers and things like that. They're built 3 high. The bedding and blankets are long gone. There are a couple of, there are 2 or 3 chests in there, but they're open and overturned, like they've been gone through. And that's all you see.
Well, let's search. We might find something. Look for a secret compartment in one of the chests or false bottom or something.
Okay,
Yes.
Every player can roll a d6 and let me know what you want as you're searching the room.
I was searching one of the chests and I got a 2.
Okay.
I was searching around for any hidden things, and I got a 6.
Okay.
I'll search around like another chest for maybe something left or something. I got a 1.
All right.
Okay. What about Badger?
I'm going to search a tall bunk because I'm with a bunch of short people. And I got a 3. I got a 3.
Okay. What'd you get there, Spencer?
I got a 6, so I'm oblivious. And that's okay.
All right, Alexander, you were searching the chest.
You're a practical dwarf.
But you did roll a 1.
Yeah.
You notice that next to the chest that you're searching, that there's a loose stone that you step on.
Ooh. So do I look like on the previously mentioned Sebastian found something on a useless items table?
No,
That spoon is very important.
you think you stepped on a little loose rock that's covering maybe a compartment hidden in the floor.
I'll look left, right, pick up the rock and look. Please don't be a pressure plate. Please don't be a pressure plate. Ah.
You know, there's a little compartment in there, and there's a couple of bags in there.
I'll open one of the bags.
Okay, the bags are damp and time have eaten through much of the material, so they barely hold together. You see some gold pieces and silver pieces and some electrum pieces in there.
All
It's a pretty good little cache.
in all of the bags together.
No, it's one bag of gold, one bag of silver, and a bag of electrum.
Oh, semi-organized. Hey, look what I found.
All right, you pull that out, and you'll have to carry it in something other than the bags that you've got. Tom, are you keeping track of treasure as usual?
Sure.
All right, so that's 380 gold pieces, 420 silver pieces, and 280 electrum pieces.
Woohoo!
Well, you're welcome for finding that with my amazing vision.
Great job.
You little fellas love hiding stuff, don't you? There's stuff hidden all over.
And what's your problem with that?
Oh, I'm very happy about it.
Absolutely nothing.
Just like a squirrel, you forget some of it, and then someone else comes along and finds it. Very useful.
Yeah, they're like little bearded squirrels.
Yeah. Except instead of climbing up stuff, you dig down.
All right.
Whenever gets
Go
equal to
first.
You guys, that's all you find in that room. What do you want to do now?
Should we go to the southern doors?
Minecart. Yeah, southern doors probably.
I mean, Old Man Witherspoons, if you want to die again, I guess, you could just go down the minecart immediately without us.
Just warn us before you run us over.
You go to the southern
Old
doors, and they look stuck as well.
Maybe
All
if
right,
we
let's try again.
All right, Kimmick and Agnar can try to force the doors.
3.
I got a 1.
All
Right,
you guys
you both-
smash open the doors. Doors is a 30 by 30 room. The 10-foot squares along the west and east halls contain wooden bunks fashioned from hardwood, just the same. Bedding blankets are gone. There's some chests that have been overturned.
We will search again.
Mm-hmm.
All right, everybody roll a d6.
3.
1.
3.
Even with your 1, everybody, you search this place. There's no hidden anything. You turn it upside down. You very carefully search it, and you don't find any signs of anything.
All right. Then
Between
double doors to the east.
But between the two rooms, you figure out that this was barracks for 36 dwarves.
They look like they were miners.
Yeah, miners, double as fighters, but whatever the laborers were that worked in this place.
You could hide an army down here if you wanted.
That's what we plan to do, lad. Right under the Wraith King's nose. So let's check the doors to the east.
All right. You see a couple of thick-looking doors of oak. They're closed, but there's no lock visible. Each door has a large iron handle for pulling it open. The doors open towards you.
All right. Let's pull open the handle.
Wait, dwarf.
Whoa.
I smell a
Search
trap.
for traps.
Traps.
Y'all made me soil myself. What are you yelling about?
Traps.
Low down, you greedy
There's
little
the
dwarf.
traps to be soiled.
All right, I'll check. I'm not greedy. I'm just a little bit impatient, as the people know when we attack the orcs. I got a 3, so I don't find any traps.
What about you, Kemet?
4, no go.
What about you, Iron Toe?
2.
Yes.
All right. These doors are trapped.
What can I do with this information?
Go ahead, pull the handle. I'll back up.
I will say, yeah, these doors are prepared to kill us.
I didn't know that doors could prepare for something. I thought they were made of wood and metal and stuff.
What, you want to know what else is made of wood and metal? Daggers.
Yeah, but sometimes
Why do y'all sounding like the gopher now?
All right. Well, what do you guys do?
Like, do I know what the trap does, or it's trapped, and on the other side of the door is the trap? Hey, what about our Terminator dwarf friend?
Yes. Back up and let him pull the handles.
Like, back up out of the room.
Back way up. Way back.
No,
Actually,
no,
we'll
wait,
just-
what?
we'll-
You want to lose him already?
Well, there's
I'm
5
fine with
more
that.
of them back there. We just
Yeah,
go get
5.
another one.
How about we tie a rope to the handle and we all back up?
We could do that.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
mean,
We give it a good pull.
How far
Party
down the
pooper.
hall, or where is everybody when you pull the rope, and who's pulling the rope?
I'm at the door.
Yeah, let's go in one of the rooms and we'll just pull it around the corner.
Yeah, we'll go to the room around the
Which room?
Southern one.
There's rooms across the hall, right?
Right, one on the north side and one on the south side. I need to know exactly where you're standing when you open the door.
Okay,
Oh,
so
I see. Fair enough.
we'll be in the south room then.
Mm-hmm.
I will, since when we did our buying spree, I bought, Iron Toe bought a mirror. I will be stationed peeking over the corner with my mirror.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so everybody's all together in the south room.
Mm-hmm.
There's a rope tied to the door. And you're going to pull the door open.
Yes.
Heave-ho, yeah.
Okay. You hear a thunk, and the whole mine cart rockets down the hall. And then, like, blades pop out of the tops of the wheels like a chariot of death. And it flies down the hall past you, and the wheels were, like, so close up against the wall. Sparks were flying and everything like that. Here's what would have happened.
The DM says sadly, this is what would have happened.
Anybody in the hall would have had a chance to roll a 1 or 2 on 1d6 to try to dive like in the little space between the wheels and the wall and have the blades kind of pass their nose and take half damage. Otherwise, you take full damage, and it's 3d6.
Ah!
No.
And when the
Like
door
being thrown in a blender.
it's just a wall.
This is why we check for traps, boys.
I should have stayed in the cart.
Slams
I
into the
told
wall.
you we should have taken a ride in the cart. Right.
Yeah.
I
Except
break
we would
out,
have hit the wall going like 50 miles an hour.
It'd
I
be
break
fun
out my
though,
two
right?
dwarven mugs, and I
Yeah,
say,
but we would have been inside without the spikes.
I am going to give you some experience points for discovering the trap and not getting killed.
pull out my dwarven mugs. I say, Agner, pour me a cold one.
That would have been a hilarious total party kill, though, if it had happened.
Well, yeah.
Iron Toe will walk up to like the side of the minecart, say, "Still a sharp, great dwarven engineering. Want to touch it?"
No. I'd rather not, actually.
All right.
What was the matter with these dwarves? This is the most elaborate trap I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, you almost saw it close up. I stopped you.
Yeah, I was just waiting. I
Shit.
gave you a little moment there, Badger, or somebody to say something. I was like, oh, they're going to be mad if I just say, oh, no, sorry, you said you were pulling the door open.
But you know what? I would have accepted it if you did, because that's the way it goes.
Yeah, well, thanks. I try not to be that brutal. This tomb is brutal.
That's fair. I played where DMs are, so I get it. Yep.
Yeah.
It is a dwarven tomb. A few more dwarfs, that's okay.
All right.
That's right.
You guys have cleared out this whole area. What do you want to do now?
See where the open door is.
Well, wait, we opened the door. What's in that room now that the car went by?
Just a wall.
It's just a wall.
Oh, that's
That's
right.
what I mean. You were going to hit the wall if you were inside.
Yeah, that was
Awesome.
also that would also have been funny if you guys had decided to investigate
climb it.
what would have triggered the cart to get it rolling. I would have let you roll and be like, well, you're pretty sure that the mechanism that launches the cart or gets it rolling is the doors at the end of the hall. So if you tie a rope to those doors and you're all in the cart,
Become crash dummies.
it would have been super awesome crash dummies. That would have been sweet.
It would have been a hell of a ride.
It would have been.
Short, but a hell of a ride.
What say we check for secret doors behind where that mine cart was parked?
Sounds like a plan.
Sure.
1, right? I got a 3. I don't find anything.
You guys search really carefully and you don't find any.
Okay.
So I guess it's back to the circular room, right? That's the only place we haven't checked, unless we want to look for secret doors somewhere else.
Or unless we want to leave with our lives and all this treasure.
Yeah, it's true.
I do want to leave with the treasure.
Okay.
Yeah. And we haven't found her husband, and we've been finding untripped traps in this area, so, I mean...
We could go back up, go down the way we first came, check out that little sandbar, maybe find his body, because that's
Use a
what we set
shield.
out to do, and bring
Wait
him
a sec. Now, would you guys give me kind of an update? And you said you were in that room. It rotated to a new passage.
Right. Do you see the map?
Which means that, yeah.
Yeah. So we came in from that south passage, and then it rotated sort of to like 2 o'clock, and then
Right.
that other passage brought us to the other one.
Right. So if we can find a way to rotate it, there's probably other places to check in this.
Right, but I think their point, which was a good one, is we're not going to be able to get back out the chimney like we did before, because as soon as the room rotates again, we won't see this corridor anymore.
True. So that's why we want to be sure that we've checked everything here before we move on.
Yeah.
But if we're really looking for the guy, I mean, we owe it to him to check all the possible passages off the wheel, right?
Right, except that when we first came in, before we crossed like this very not very deep lake, and there was a sandbar, his shield was there.
Yeah.
So we were pretty sure he got eaten by the giant sandworm there. And so that's what they're saying is, that's what Mike's saying is maybe we should go out the chimney, come back around, and then just try to
cover his
attack-
body.
Yeah,
Cover his
attack the
body
sand.
with the keeper, which we promised to do.
It's
And
been
I'll-
a...
Okay. Yes. Okay.
Meta a little bit here and say that that's a great idea because we only have about 30 minutes left.
Right.
Okay.
The next time you rotate the room, you're going to enter a whole other wing of this dungeon.
Which means we
Right.
might have to take the all the stone guys out if we want to see them again.
Well, you can just take one with
Just
you.
the one,
You
right.
operate one.
Yeah. We
So
don't
let's
wanna
do that. We'll go back out the chimney. We'll pull up the one automaton. We'll just leave it there, and then we'll walk back under the waterfall and head back.
That sounds great.
But the thing is, we have to be very, very quiet because that big thing is still full of sturges.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the big main cave is like a major sturge roost. And they're attracted by noise, you found out. Although if you have your lanterns and torches going, they're less likely to all just kind of pile onto you. Unless you really stir them up.
Right.
Right.
Since that worm thing looked pretty nasty when it just ate a sturge, we could try and grab the shield with like a grappling hook and rope or something.
I would like to bring back some remains so he could have maybe a real burial.
I think he's been fairly well digested by now.
Maybe.
But you'd have a chance to go get your slime.
Well, we are still making an assumption that the worm ate him and that he didn't get taken somewhere else, correct?
Correct.
Correct. Yeah, we just saw the shield there, and so that's what we were.
And that's kind of why I was suggesting checking out the other passages, because what if he wasn't eaten by the worm and he was actually taken down one of the other passages?
Oh, he would have never gotten into the tomb because we had to bust into the tomb through the front doors.
And there was no sand in it at first, and when we rotated it once, a bunch of sand and rubble poured into it. So we kind of figured that if he had gotten there before us, there would have been more stuff inside.
Well, okay. I mean, unless this thing is only designed to ever turn once, ever, it has to reset itself. That's all I'm thinking.
Yeah, right.
Well, we can always check that out another time. I think it's with the time we've got.
Yeah, I mean, well, let's go back and that's fine, but I'm just saying if we don't find the remains, I wouldn't necessarily assume that we won't find them anywhere else in here.
Oh, right. True.
No, that's true.
That's all. Yeah, okay, cool.
All right.
Okay, so let's go check it out.
Kimmick, they lead you to this, back to the quarry. They all climb down this rope into this kind of sheer drop cliff, kind of round quarry. It's got a big statue of a human king in it, and there's a little marble shrine in there with a roof over the top of it that they haven't really done much with yet.
Okay.
And then they go through the back of the waterfall, and there's a hidden tunnel there that they follow through the cave. And at the back of that tunnel, there's a kind of part of the lake spills down that tunnel and creates another waterfall that goes into this huge, giant, open underground cavern.
Nice.
And in that cavern, on the far side, there's a big bas relief or whatever relief statue of the king. And at his feet, built into his feet, are the bronze doors that lead into this tomb. And one of the doors is still spiked open.
Great.
And in the bottom of that big cavern, there's a lake. And in the middle of it, there's like this section of sandbar that comes out. And sitting on the far side of the sandbar, kind of stuck into the sand, is a Viking round shield.
Is the green stuff still there?
The green stuff, once you quietly get into the cavern and the dwarves are just short of their waist deep in the water. The humans are kind of up to their knees in the water. And they're kind of going around because the lake underground surrounds the whole sandbar on all sides. So you can go around it, and they sort of figured out that whatever is living under the sand up on that sandbar doesn't seem to move into the water or interact with the water at all. So sure enough, where the door opened, there was this compartment when you opened the door that opened up, and this green stuff came down and dropped on whoever would have been standing there opening the door. They used a rope and as a party forced the door open. And it ate through their rope, whatever it was. And that's still there. So there's this, 2-foot wide puddle of this green stuff just sitting there on the stone.
Haha, I brought an empty vial for this.
There you go.
All right, do you guys want to wait while which character is going to go?
Well, someone with a high dexterity.
Who has a high dexterity? You're the one with the vial. Are you hoping somebody volunteers?
Iron Toe will say, well, if anyone has a bit more smaller fingers than me.
I'd say yes, but I have one hand.
I ain't losing no fingers in acid, then I won't be able to draw my bow.
I can't lose my fingers. I wouldn't have any left.
I don't think you have any takers right now, Agnar. You might have to wait for somebody else.
I'm a dwarf. I can do it. Maybe. Yeah.
I try.
I'm going to go over and try and do it.
Oh, my.
The dexterous dwarf.
Roll a d20 underneath your dexterity.
If you fail, dive in the water quickly.
Natural 1.
Oh!
Oh,
He
that's
really
lucky.
wants it.
You like water bend it into the vial.
You very delicately fill the vial up, and you manage to seal it up with its little twist-on crystal stopper. And you have this, vial of whatever that green stuff is.
I'm assuming acid, but
That's
could
what
not
you
be
do.
acid.
Oh,
You could stick your tongue in it and make for sure.
I was going to say, yeah, stick your finger in there. Go ahead.
Anyway.
I double dog dare you.
All right, we got to shake out this sandworm and get that shield at least.
Let's try the hook thing first. To try and pull the shield out.
All right.
All right. Who wants to try to grappling hook snag the shield?
Agnar will. I've got a grappling hook.
Okay.
I got my bow trained on it just in case that thing jumps out.
Okay.
If anyone wants a dagger to throw, just ask me. I got.
There is another option.
Okay.
We throw the grappling hook in the sand to try and scuttle the worm out, and once we have its attention, somebody runs around and grabs the shield. If it's coming out anyway, let's meet it on our terms.
Okay. We can also pepper it with arrows too. Whoever's not.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, I'll throw the grappling hook. So you guys figure out what you want to do.
Okay, I do not have a ranged weapon, but I'm happy to run after the shield and put myself in harm's way there.
But you do have a ranged weapon. You just have to use a charge. Right? Can't you make your action turns too?
I mean,
yeah, assuming I don't. Yeah.
Brother James has a small assortment of throwing things. He's got
There you go.
holy water. He's got some oil flasks. He's got. Let me see. He's got a sling.
You
And
want to try to light him? You want to try to cover him in oil, and then we'll light him up?
Sure. All right.
Fine.
So you throw your grapple.
Okay.
And this thing, you see the sand move around, and this thing kind of rears up out of the sand next to the grapple, and you see it's sort of the three things of its mouth open up. It kind of hisses in the direction. And Kimmick, you run up onto the sandbar, and you got the shield. And we're going to roll initiative.
Yeah, we are.
All right, let's have Kimmick, since you're on the sandbar, why don't you go ahead and roll initiative for the party?
I got a 4.
I got a 4 too, but the tie goes to the party.
Hey.
We're going to start with Kimmick. You want to get off of that sandbar?
You know I do. Am I like right next to it though?
You have a choice. You can either run off the sandbar back into the water with the shield, or you could close with it and attack it.
You know what? I'll throw the shield on my back and I'll close an attack.
Woohoo!
Awesome.
I'll probably die, but it'll be heroic death.
Mm-hmm.
We won't let you die, Kimmick.
You gotta be a
As long as
hero
I get
there,
at least
Kenneth.
one
Do you have
hit,
enough money to
and,
revive you?
that is not going to do it. I got a total of a 7 to hit, so swing and a miss.
Kind of moves,
Yeah, it's okay.
moves like a cobra through the sand. It's a little faster than you thought.
Yeah.
All right, Badger.
All right, I'm poking this thing with an arrow.
All right.
Oh, adjusted 10 total.
You miss.
Oh, dang.
Oh, man.
Old Man Witherspoon.
I just mutter a prayer to something, I don't know what. And so I draw my sword and I run at it and hit it.
All right, you run up on the sandbar out of the water and you swing at it. Go ahead.
Ooh, 19.
Yes.
Nice.
Nice.
7 damage.
Woo-hoo!
Woo! You heard it. It hisses at you. It's kind of purpley blood sprays all over the sand. All right, Agnar.
I have to fight with my fellow dwarf, so I'm gonna run up and stab it with my sword. Oh, that's a 9. That doesn't do it.
That misses. All right, Iron Toe.
well, I see all my fellow dwarves have run up, and I guess I'll do the same. Draw the very powerful axe. And I go in for the kill. Aha! 22.
Yay!
Wow,
Not a
that's
natural.
sweet.
It's not natural though, so.
Mhm.
Ooh.
Great.
That is. Does the axe give a +1 to damage?
Yeah.
It does.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So that is the lowest damage I can do, 4.
That's still
wait.
good.
You
Not
heard
bad.
it. Purple blood flies.
How much damage?
4.
4 damage.
Oh, so he has +2, +1. Oh.
All right. Hey, Brother James of the Everflames, you want to throw a vial of oil at it?
Sling.
I'm just that might hit his pals. He's gonna use his sling.
All right.
Well, there goes our plan.
It was a 17, but it's a 16.
Ooh.
You get to do a D4 damage.
Right.
So you have a bad
0
dex, too.
damage.
No, you don't subtract for your crappy strength on ranged weapons.
1 damage.
All right.
If it has damage
It's
reduction, then
nasty,
no damage.
slimy, snaky skin, and you do point of damage to it. All right. Is that everybody? I think that's everybody.
So,
The worm.
All right. The worm gets to go.
except for that no good Rengrim who's still sitting out smoking weed by the mule.
I'm telling you, he's guarding that mule so you can haul all that stuff home.
Yeah.
All right, how many people? I've got 4 people engaged in melee with me. One is 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 3. Agnar.
Ah!
All right, I got a 19.
Ouch! That hurts.
All right, Agnar. You're already engaged in melee combat, so it doesn't even have to drag you, really. But out of its mouth, this tentacle shoots out and wraps around you, and
Okay.
it helps it sort of haul you into its maw.
I hold my sword out in front of me.
No, your shield, it's damage reducing.
I know, I'm definitely using my shield.
You take 6 points of damage.
Ah! Well,
Oh.
that goes down to 5, though, right?
Yep.
So I still have 1 left.
It's got its mouth is full of teeth. And down in the teeth, down in its gullet, you see a scraggly Northman skull with its beard kind of stuck up in it.
Ew.
Hey, I think we found a Ulf.
All right.
What's left of him?
Agnar, it's your life on the line. Roll initiative.
Oh, man. 6.
Yes.
You win. Agnar, you can
Yeah.
attack.
I quickly reach into my pouch and undo the potion bottle that that Mistress Savella gave me, and I quaff it down.
Okay.
Oh, I get 7 hit points back.
Sweet.
I was saving that for a rainy day. I'm down
It's
minus
raining.
1.
Kimmick,
It's raining blood.
Oh, it's pouring.
Kimmick, your turn.
Okay. So I go back to the plan. I pull out a flask of oil and I try to pour it on it.
All right. Roll a d20 under your dex. Don't roll real crappy high.
Does
Under
anyone
my
have salt?
dex? Oh, what a time to get a 16. Oops.
Okay, so you get a little bit on the thing, but it's moving around so much and stuff that you most of it ends up on the sand, but you don't spill it all over yourself.
Okay.
Old Man Witherspoon.
All right. So, I'm going to hit it again, I guess.
Okay.
13.
That misses.
Oh, no.
That's not good.
Iron Toe the Dwarf.
Time to use the super mega ultra axe of doom.
Do you remember the name of it?
Not really, but I have it written down. That is a 15.
You hit.
Yes.
Awesome. Yeah, this is 10 damage.
Wow.
All right.
Oh.
Moly, yeah, this thing lets out a scream, and you just almost chop a third of it through, man. And there's just purple blood all over you and all over the sand, and it's
Nice.
it's still twitching and fighting, but it's looks almost dead. All right, Badger, what you do?
I saved you once today, Agnar. I'll try again. You know you make fun of my eyesight. 14.
You hit.
Unfortunately, it's a glancing blow. 1 point of damage.
That's all you needed to do.
Oh.
You shoot your arrow, and it goes right down the middle of its gullet, down into its insides, and it gurgles, and purple kind of comes out of its mouth, and it sort of flops down motionless on the sand.
Hey.
Ooh.
And I'm still swearing at it, covered in purple gore, and I take my sword and I split open its belly.
That's
All
good,
in.
Agnar, because if it had had another round, you'd have to make a saving throw, or it would have swallowed you whole.
Oh.
Oh.
And that
It
would have
seems-
been another 2d6 of damage against you.
Ah!
Yeah, it wasn't going to happen.
It seems nothing in this dungeon chews.
That's right.
It
So,
sucks.
yeah.
It slurps.
You cut him open, and sure enough, there's the bones left of what you're pretty sure is Ulf. Big old
Yeah,
barbarian guy. He's in there with his great sword and his armor, his mail armor. It's all kind of goopy and yucky, but
we'll
He's
put
got
it
a-
in a sack. I got my large sack and put them in there.
he's got his mining pan with him attached to his belt still for where he
Oh.
was mining for dwarven coins in the creek, and he's got a little pouch, and it's got 10 gold dwarven coins in it.
I think we should give this to his widow.
Yeah, we'll give everything that he had to his widow.
Mhm. I'll
That was an adventure well done, gentlemen.
could I take a piece of the creature that we killed, one that won't rot away, to sort of give to her as sort of a condolence thing?
Like
You
a
bring
tooth.
the teeth of it back. They're sort of like the teeth from the great sandworms in Dune.
Ooh.
About the size of a dagger.
I'll take
I'd
a
like to
couple.
keep those teeth for myself.
We'll harvest its teeth.
All right. How many do you want?
All of them.
There's way too many. You're gonna be here all day.
10.
All right. Go ahead and write down 10 slime worm teeth. All right. Let me divide all this experience.
Now we better get out of here quick before the Sturges come to try and eat it.
Yeah, that sturges seem to be.
Yeah, I'm not hanging around.
I think they like red blood, not purple blood.
Yeah. Let me get my calculator here.
Ooh, this is going to be some hardcore math.
Yeah, exactly.
You can just round it up to 2,000 each. That's fine.
Well, before you apply any bonuses that you get, every player gets 320 experience points.
Woohoo!
And then Sebastian, your cleric gets 320 because you guys let him run his second character, but that's got to go to the cleric.
Awesome.
He levels up, I think.
You gonna level up?
Yeah, pretty sure.
Yeah,
Awesome.
You'll be level 2. So, hey, Brother James will have a spell next time.
You remembered the spell!
Hey, he'll remember the spell. That's right.
And he's got a scroll. He's still got a scroll.
That would be
Right,
good.
protection from evil on it.
He's still got a
But he
scroll.
can't
and
read.
He's still illiterate.
You can sell it to Brother Victor.
All righty. So let's see. In just before, but in gold pieces, let's see. If I do this, it's silver, and the silver, that's 922. Electrum pieces are worth like a half gold.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And then we had 500 worth of that candelabra stuff.
Yeah, I'm adding all that together. That ends up being total treasure value is for as far as loot, candelabra, magnifying glass, all that stuff, plus the gold that you found, is 1,062. Which, if we divide by 6,
212. Oh, by 6. I'm sorry.
yeah, it's 177 actually.
Yep, 177.
Yeah.
177 gold pieces each.
I'm wondering if I could maybe, as my portion of some of the treasure, keep the magnifying glass.
Sure. How much? You said it was worth 100, right?
Yeah.
So just take
Okay.
77 and then that.
So, Ed,
Yes, sir.
so the 177 translates into another 177 XP as well?
Nah, I've been keeping track of that.
Okay.
Yeah, I already added all the value of all the candelabra
Okay.
XP, and then all the loose coin also
Okay.
that's XP.
So in terms of stuff,
Total here.
Agnar got the shield. Iron Toe got the axe.
Dwarves got the book.
Kimmick got the automaton. And then each of the dwarves got a set of books. So the mechanics went to Kimmick, and the blacksmithing went to Iron Toe, and then Agnar got the history of
Artifact.
the artifacts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
Kimmick's got the key.
And then, right, Kimmick's got a key. And then Brother James still has a scroll.
Right. So we'll have some future adventures where we have some of these same people at those adventures. And I'll just throw it out there as DM that probably Badger and Old Man Witherspoon might be at the front of the order for getting magic items and stuff. Well, they can turn them down if they don't want them or whatever, but give them the opportunity because everybody else has sort of got something at this point.
Yeah, sure.
Cool beans.
At least in parties.
And Agnar is second level. Woohoo!
Hey, that's exciting.
So I roll a D8, right?
So the next session, 1 week, real time from tonight, we can roll in the bonuses from the books?
Yeah.
Okay.
You just add them to your character.
Sounds good.
Cool. 14 hit points now. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, Brother James leveled up. Roll his hit dice.
So he gets D6 plus your con.
What'd you roll? Something horrible?
I rolled a 5.
That's not horrible at all.
Nice.
13 hit points.
All right.
Holy cow! All of a sudden, Brother James can take a licking.
He's a beast.
Yo, James is moving to the front of the party.
That's right. You got armor, hit points, and a spell. You got no excuse.
I will say 13 is his highest stat, 5 is his lowest, but he's more towards the 5 end of the spectrum.
Fine. You can take a hit. You're good.
Yeah.
Well, guys, any questions before we adjourn for the evening?
How much maximum hit points do you think we would have?
I don't know.
No, I'm just having a hard time counting. But yeah.
Oh, for experience points? I'll help you figure that out.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, I think you're probably pretty close with Old Man Witherspoon.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, any other questions?
No, we just returned the stuff to the innkeeper, right? And she's thankful that we did that, and
right.
Maybe she'll give us a free room at the inn for a night sometime if we absolutely need one.
Yep.
No, this is the second time Iron Toe has told someone their husband has died.
Become our lot in life.
Yeah, I give her the husband's shield.
Old Man Witherspoon and
Yeah.
Ender on the way home, do you want to do anything for Ragnar? He's starting to say that, you know, boy, that stab wound he had in his face when he jumped in front of that sturge sure is starting to hurt. And
Hey, my mama had a cure for that, and I hold up a whole head of garlic. You gotta eat it whole and fresh, and it'll fix you right up.
No, I think that.
I'm gonna eat that. Oh,
All
I'll eat
right,
that, son.
I'll eat the garlic. Sure.
Yeah, can I have some of that too?
Sure, I got lots of garlic.
All right.
I'd have to restock.
all right,
Chew on the good side there, Agner.
that's an automatic cure to the sturge disease.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, thank
I'm a
good.
doctor.
Well, guys, that was a lot of fun. Thanks for all your time.
Yes.
Oh, thank you, Ed. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Ed. Thanks for overcoming your technology issue.
I know that was so fun. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing some of you on Saturday and the rest of you next Tuesday or Thursday.
Fantastic.
Sounds good.
We'll see y'all then.
Thanks,
Thank you so much, guys.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Bye.
Bye.